Wow. Giannis Antetokounmpo finally broke his silence on the Knicks trade reports. But the comments he made were confusing and shocking. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Giannis Knicks trade update. It's bad enough that the Knicks have to walk around with this L from the Milwaukee Bucks until tomorrow night when they take on the Chicago Bulls, who are undefeated and are playing amazing basketball right now. But to make matters worse, Giannis Antetokounmpo, New York's main trade target, made some shocking comments on the trade reports surrounding himself and the Knicks. Shout out to New York basketball on the app X for giving us this following information. NBA insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, asked Giannis Antetokounmpo these following questions. According to Bondy, he asked Giannis, ESPN reported that if you were traded, you'd prefer the Knicks. Giannis said, who said that? And then Bondy responded, ESPN. Giannis then said, I don't read that. Bondy followed up by asking, is that true? And then Giannis shakes his head and says, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. A major deflection. That's the only way you can look at that response. Once again, he shakes his head and he says, I don't remember that. Right now, I'm here representing my team. That's it. We beat the Knicks. He did beat the Knicks, but this is a deflection because it sounds like he wants to put this in the past and only focus on this season. And you know what? I can understand that. But don't pretend it's not true, because when you do that, you make the situation even more confusing. But Giannis was not done there. He continued by answering these following questions by NBA insider Ian Begley. Shout out to Begley for giving us this following information. Begley asked Giannis the following question. Does that become a distraction when the focus of the NBA world is on the Knicks trade buzz surrounding you? And according to Giannis, he answers with the following response. Brother, I don't have time to read. I have 4 little gremlins. Gotta work on my craft, lead the team, my wife, mother, brothers, church. Ain't got time. I try to speak on the court. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information. Antetokounmpo didn't provide much clarity about ESPN declaring he'd prefer the Knicks as a trade destination, claiming he was unaware of the report. Remember, he said, I don't remember that. Bondy states, that was an unbelievable answer. The story made national news, but Giannis, he never wavered, and he's continuing to push forward on this narrative. They even asked Giannis if it feels better now beating the Knicks after all of these trade reports are surrounding him and New York. And even when answering that question, he deflects and he gives an answer that the entire Bucks community will appreciate. And of course, that's the answer we know he's going to give. But is that the way he really feels? We're not going to know the true answer to that until the next offseason. Shout out to Steph Bondy of the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to Giannis, yeah, it was a lot of extra motivation playing against the Knicks. They swept us last year. You see that? He didn't speak about the trades, didn't talk about any of those reports. He jumped over that and talked about Milwaukee losing to the Knicks last year. And that's why he was focused on beating New York a few nights ago. They were way better than us last year. We didn't make it tough for them. It was very easy, in my opinion. As the leader of this team, I remember. I don't forget things. I tried to form early shoot-around, set the tone for this team, and try to remind them last year they swept us. Same with the Cavs. I think the team responded in the best way, so I'm happy. Listen, Giannis, you can deny it, you can deflect, You can pretend you don't remember, but we all remember that Shams bombshell that essentially said the only place you wanted to play basketball if you left Milwaukee was the New York Knicks. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that conversation will come up again if and when Milwaukee misses the postseason or doesn't get far if they make the postseason. Because remember, Giannis wants to win a championship another time in his prime. And if Milwaukee is not going to allow him to do that, he is going to seek a trade to go to another team. And right now, New York this season, it's kind of an audition because Giannis is looking across the league. Just in case Milwaukee does not get him to the NBA Finals, this offseason, he is likely going to request a trade. And if he does that, he is going to look at the teams he played during the regular season and see if those teams, if they acquired him, could go to the NBA Finals and win it all. New York will be one of those teams. Unfortunately, when we played him a few nights ago, we didn't really convince him enough that joining the Knicks was the right move. But that was only one game, an early game. We're going to see Milwaukee a few more times during this regular season. And I assure you, when New York sees them again, New York is going to make a statement and send a message to Giannis and that entire Bucks organization. This season, it's the Knicks' time, not the Bucks' time. New York has gone through everything they need to go through to get to this moment. Now, we are battle-tested. We are ready to get to the NBA Finals, and nobody is going to stop us. Even a Greek freak will not be able to stop where this Knicks team is going to go. And at the end of the season, New York will still be attractive to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why? Because New York will be in the NBA Finals. I fully believe that. Milwaukee, they're not even going to be close. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this latest information and these updated odds on who's going to win the Eastern Conference this season. As you can see, the Cavaliers remain on top at plus 200. I'm not sure why. The Cavs have been playing very poorly as of late, so hopefully New York can succeed them in the upcoming weeks. New York, though, is #2 on this list at plus 370. Then you have the Orlando Magic at plus 700. The 76ers at plus 1,000. The Atlanta Hawks at plus 1,200. Though with the Trae Young injury, I expect these odds to fall even further. And look who's there now. The Milwaukee Bucks, whose odds have jumped to plus 1,300. One of the main reasons that's happened is because of the MVP play of Giannis Antetokounmpo to start this season. And also because of how they beat down the Knicks a few nights ago. But remember, we all know it. These odds, they can change like that. All it takes is a win streak and another team going on a losing streak. And throughout the course of a regular season, these things are bound to happen. New York right now, apart from the Chicago Bulls, who are going to be a very tough team. And I never thought I was going to say that about Chicago this year. But they are playing tough, aggressive, and they have bought in clearly to everything that organization wants to do. And it is being led by one of the youngest players in the league. He's 21 years old. Buzelis. He is lighting the world up right now. This kid has a fire about him. He is playing extremely well. The Knicks are going to have their hands full. But I believe they can do it, and they can give Chicago their first L of the season. But they're going to have to be locked in for the entire game, every single quarter, not just the first half, and then have a third quarter collapse. Because if that happens, then they're not going to win. The main thing I want to see during this game against the Bulls is consistency on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. I'm not sure who the Knicks are going to have on the roster for this game, but I hope we are fully healthy and everybody is active. Because if that's the case, I believe that this Knicks team will win and beat the Chicago Bulls. Giannis, I hope you're watching that game because I promise you, New York this season is going to show you and everybody else why New York right now and in the future is the place to be for stars in this league. But what about you guys? What do you think about Giannis and his confusing and also shocking comments regarding the Knicks trade reports, where he stated he does not remember anything about those trade reports? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.